All right, so are you ready to dive deep? Today we're taking a closer look at Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah. I mean, the guy, he's a legend, right? But we're going beyond just the surface level here.
Oh, absolutely.
We're using excerpts from Denzel Washington, a complete biography,
Right.
to try and understand, what makes this icon tick.
Mm-hmm.
You might think you know Denzel, but I think you're going to be surprised by some of the stuff we're going to uncover today.
Well, and that's the thing about legends, right? We see the awards,
Right.
the iconic roles,
Exactly.
but we don't always see the full journey. And Denzel's journey is, well, let's just say it's a fascinating one.
Yeah, and it's not, a typical Hollywood success story.
Right.
One of the things that really struck me reading through this material was his early life.
Yeah.
Particularly his teenage years.
Yeah.
It was marked by turmoil.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about 14-year-old Denzel facing his parents' divorce.
Oh, wow.
And going down a path that, frankly, could have gone very differently.
It's interesting, isn't it? This period where he gets sent to Oakland Military Academy.
Yeah.
It's often, portrayed as this simple, tough love solution.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
This structured environment. It wasn't just about discipline.
Right.
It was about providing a framework, a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
That maybe was missing before.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about how, environment, even for a short period of time, can have such a profound impact on who we become.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you see those echoes of that discipline and that focus throughout his entire career. I mean, even his decision to study journalism initially at Fordham University
Right.
speaks to that desire for structure, for understanding how to communicate effectively,
Right.
how to, craft a narrative.
And then, of course, we have the classic what if moment, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where this summer camp experience sparks this passion for acting.
I mean, can you imagine? What if he had stuck with journalism?
Right.
Would we even be having this conversation today?
I don't know. It makes you wonder.
Right. It makes you wonder if that turn to acting, was always there, kind of simmering beneath the surface.
Like a creative impulse just waiting for the right moment to emerge.
Precisely. And when it did, he didn't just dip his toe in.
Right.
He fully committed, switched his major to drama, honed his craft at the American Conservatory Theater after he graduates.
Yeah. And that dedication is evident right from the start. Even, 6 years on St. Elsewhere, that's not a small commitment.
That's a huge commitment. You don't just stumble into a 6-year run on a hit medical drama.
No. So this wasn't just riding the wave of a successful TV show. He was thinking long-term, building a foundation.
Absolutely. It was a strategic move to establish himself as a reliable presence on TV.
Right.
Before taking on those riskier, more challenging film roles.
So he's setting himself up for a sustainable career. Right. Not just one-hit wonder type of thing.
Exactly. And when you look at those early film roles, it's not just about, getting a big part. He's choosing roles that matter.
Yes.
Think Cry Freedom, a film that brought so much international attention to the horrors of apartheid in South Africa.
Absolutely.
His portrayal of Steve Bio
Powerful.
Earned him his first Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
And it signaled his willingness to tackle these really complex, socially relevant stories.
And it's not just that he chose these roles, but the way he embodied them.
Yes.
It's like he's channeling the essence of these figures, bringing them to life in a way that just resonates with audiences.
It's not mimicry.
Right.
It's about finding that truth within the character.
Yeah.
Conveying it with honesty and this incredible intensity.
And just 2 years after Cry Freedom, he wins his first Oscar for Glory, playing an escaped slave turned Union soldier.
I mean, Glory is such a powerful film. Yeah. It's visually and emotionally.
Oh, absolutely.
Resonated deeply with audiences and really solidified Denzel's ability to deliver these performances that are both, technically brilliant.
Yeah.
And deeply, deeply moving.
And I feel like that's kind of a turning point in his career.
Absolutely. This is where he cements himself not just as a talented actor,
right,
but as someone who can embody these larger-than-life, historically significant figures.
And it's interesting to think about his trajectory from there. The 90s and 2000s.
Wow.
I mean, he takes on this string of iconic roles that showcase his incredible range.
So much range.
Like Malcolm X, another Oscar nomination. And then you have Philadelphia, where he's starring alongside Tom Hanks, tackling these really complex issues like AIDS and discrimination.
These aren't just films, they're cultural touchstones.
Right.
Denzel's not just entertaining, he's engaging with the big questions, pushing boundaries, using his platform to spark these really important conversations.
Yeah, he's not afraid to tackle these difficult topics and force us to confront uncomfortable truths.
Exactly.
And then you have The Hurricane, which earns him another Oscar nomination for his portrayal of Reuben Hurricane Carter.
Oh, powerful performance.
Wrongfully imprisoned boxer.
There's a theme emerging here, isn't there? These against-the-odds stories.
Yeah.
These tales of resilience, of fighting for justice. And those seem to resonate so deeply with Denzel, both as an actor and, as a human being.
It's like he's drawn to characters who embody a certain strength of spirit.
Yes.
A refusal to give up, even in the face of overwhelming adversity.
And it's not just the characters, right? It's the stories themselves.
Right.
Shining a light on injustice, on the systemic issues that plague our society.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's using his platform to amplify these voices.
To give a voice to the voiceless.
Precisely.
And he's not just, passively using these roles. It feels like he's actively seeking them out.
Oh, yeah.
Pushing himself to take on characters that challenge him.
Absolutely.
Both artistically and emotionally.
That brings us to 2001. In a role that surprised a lot of people.
It did.
Detective Alonzo Harris in Training Day. This is where he wins his second Oscar, but this time for playing a character who's morally ambiguous, corrupt even.
Yeah, I remember seeing this film and being really surprised.
Right. Such a departure from the heroic figures he had so often portrayed.
Yes.
It was a bold move for Denzel and for the industry.
Yeah.
Because he's challenging expectations, proving that he can play a villain.
Oh, yeah.
Just as convincingly as he can play a hero.
And he didn't just play the villain, he inhabited that role. Alonzo Harris was complex.
Oh.
Unsettling. A figure that stayed with you long after the credits rolled.
This is where Denzel cements his versatility. He's not just a talented actor, he's a chameleon.
Right.
He can transform himself into any character, no matter how flawed or controversial.
It's almost as if he's saying, I'm not afraid to explore the darkness, the shadows of human nature.
And in doing so, he forces us to confront our own biases, our own assumptions about good and evil.
Powerful stuff.
It is powerful. It really is. And that willingness to explore, to explore those complexities is what makes him such a compelling artist.
Yeah.
It's not just about, entertaining us. It's about challenging our perceptions, pushing us to think a little bit more deeply about ourselves, about the world around us.
And then just when you think he's reached the pinnacle of his acting career,
right,
he makes another bold move and he steps behind the camera.
Right.
It's like what drives someone at the height of their acting success to take on the challenges of directing?
Well, this is where things get really fascinating.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to inhabit a character that someone else has created, but to bring your own vision to life, to tell a story from beginning to end, that's a whole other level of artistic expression.
It makes you wonder, were there stories that he wanted to tell that he couldn't find as an actor?
Perhaps, or maybe it was a natural evolution, a desire to have more control over the creative process, to really shape the narrative from the ground up.
And it's not just a one-off experiment.
Right.
He directs Antoine Fisher.
Powerful film.
Yeah, this deeply moving story of redemption based on a true story.
Yeah.
And then The Great Debaters.
Oh, wow.
This debate team from a historically black college overcoming incredible odds.
I mean, these aren't just random projects, right?
No.
There's a clear through line here. Themes of resilience. Overcoming adversity. The power of education. The importance of finding your voice.
It's like these are themes that echo throughout Denzel's own life and career.
Exactly. As if he's drawn to stories that reflect his own values. His own journey.
And it's not just, the stories he chooses, it's how he tells them. There's a certain visual style. A sense of pacing and intensity.
You can feel his presence behind the camera.
And then, of course, Fences, based on the August Wilson play, which he both directed and starred in.
Oh, yeah.
Another Oscar nomination.
Fences is a masterpiece.
It is.
A powerful exploration of family, race, and the complexities of the American dream.
So much depth.
A story that demands vulnerability and strength from its actors.
And he delivers on both counts.
Absolutely.
What I find remarkable is that amidst all of this professional success,
right,
he's managed to maintain a relatively private and stable personal life.
It's incredible.
Married to Pauletta Pearson since 1983.
Wow.
They've raised 4 children together.
It's unheard of in Hollywood.
It's crazy.
It speaks to a certain level of intentionality, you know, a commitment to creating a space outside the chaos of the industry where he can be grounded, where family comes first.
And let's not forget his faith, which he speaks very openly about. He's a devout Christian and often credits his faith for guiding him through, the challenges and the temptations of Hollywood.
And this is an aspect of his life, that's often overlooked.
Yeah.
But it's clearly such a significant part of who he is.
Yeah.
His faith informs his values, his choices, his whole approach to life.
And it's almost as if he sees his success not as an end in itself,
right,
but as a platform, as a way to give back, to inspire others.
To inspire others.
And you see that in his longstanding support of the Boys and Girls Club of America.
Oh, absolutely.
This organization that provides opportunities for young people, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds.
It's a powerful reminder that where you come from doesn't have to define where you end up.
Right.
Denzel's own journey is a testament to that.
And he could have easily, just focused on his own career.
Right.
But he chooses to use his influence to make a difference in the lives of others.
Yeah, and it's not just about financial support. It's about mentorship, about being a role model, about showing young people that they can achieve their dreams, no matter where they come from.
So as we look at Denzel's legacy, it's clear that it extends, far beyond just his acting achievements.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he's an icon, not just for his talent, but for his character.
Yeah.
His values.
Yeah.
His commitment to making a positive impact on the world.
It's a legacy built on integrity,
right,
hard work, and a deep sense of purpose.
Yeah, and the accolades, they just keep coming.
They do.
3 Golden Globes.
Wow.
A Tony Award for his performance in Fences on Broadway. The Cecil B. DeMille Award.
And perhaps most notably, being named the greatest actor of the 21st century by the New York Times.
That's huge.
That's not just recognition. That's a statement about his enduring influence.
Yeah.
The impact he's had on cinema and on culture as a whole.
And what's really striking to me is, throughout his career, he's consistently defied expectations. He could have easily rested on his laurels after achieving that early success.
Yeah.
But he's constantly pushing himself, taking on new challenges.
Always evolving.
Exploring different facets of his craft.
That's what makes him so inspiring.
He's not afraid to take risks.
No.
To step outside of his comfort zone.
He's never been content with just being a movie star.
Right.
He's always striving for something more, something deeper.
Yeah.
Seeking to use his platform to tell stories that matter.
To make a difference in the world.
He's a reminder that true success isn't just about accolades.
Right.
It's about living a life of purpose, using your gifts to make a positive impact.
Yeah, it really is. It really is remarkable. Thinking back on all the roles we've discussed, it strikes me that Denzel, he just brings this presence to the screen.
Oh yeah.
It's more than just charisma. It's like this weightiness, this intensity that just draws you in.
And I think you've hit on something crucial there. It's not just about delivering lines,
Right.
It's about conveying a sense of depth, of lived experience. Like you believe every character he portrays because he imbues them with such authenticity.
It's like he's not just playing a role, he's living it.
Yes.
Breathing life into these characters, making them feel real, relatable, even when they're flawed or complex.
Exactly. And that's what makes him so compelling to watch.
Yeah.
We're not just observing.
Right.
We're experiencing those emotions right alongside him.
Whether he's commanding a courtroom in Philadelphia or battling inner demons in Training Day.
Yeah.
There's a vulnerability there. A willingness to expose the raw nerve of human emotion.
Right.
That's both captivating and unsettling.
Absolutely. And it's a reminder that even the most successful, the most accomplished individuals, they're still human.
Yeah.
They're still grappling with their own flaws and insecurities.
Yeah, that's a powerful message.
It is.
Especially in a world that often celebrates, perfection and success at all costs.
Oh, absolutely. Denzel's work reminds us that it's okay to be flawed.
Yeah.
It's okay to struggle, to stumble.
Right.
Those imperfections, those moments of vulnerability that make us who we are.
He's not afraid to show us those cracks in the facade, you know, the messy reality of being human.
And by doing so, he invites us to embrace our own imperfections, to recognize that our flaws don't diminish us, you know?
Right.
They make us unique. They give us depth.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into the life and legacy of Denzel Washington, what stands out to you most?
You know, for me, it's the power of intentionality.
Yeah.
Denzel's journey wasn't just about, you know, luck or talent. It was about making conscious choices.
Yeah.
Setting goals and pursuing them with this relentless determination.
Yeah.
He didn't just become an icon. He chose to be one.
And that choice wasn't just about fame or fortune.
Yeah, no.
It was about using his platform to make a difference.
Yeah.
To tell stories that mattered.
Yes.
To inspire others to strive for excellence in their own lives.
His story's a reminder that we all have the power to shape our own destinies.
Yeah.
To use our gifts to make a positive impact on the world.
It's been an incredible journey, you know.
Oh, it has.
Exploring the depths of Denzel's life and career.
And this is just the beginning, right?
Yeah.
There's so much more to discover.
Oh, yeah.
In his work, in his interviews, in his speeches.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I encourage you to delve deeper, to find your own insights and inspirations.
We've only just scratched the surface here today.
We have. But hopefully, this deep dive has given you a new appreciation for the man behind the icon, you know, the depth and complexity of his journey.
Remember, true greatness isn't just about achieving success.
Right.
It's about using that success to make a difference.
Yeah.
To leave the world a little bit better than you found it.
Denzel Washington's legacy
is
a testament to that truth. A legacy that will continue to inspire and challenge us for generations to come.